Hi, my name is Alex Gardner. I am the Chief Revenue Officer at Index Exchange. And I'd like to welcome you today to Innovators Unscripted, where we are hearing from the voices influencing, shaping, and providing insights across our ecosystem within advertising technology. And I'm thrilled to be joined today by Leo O'Connor.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for having me. So I'm the EVP of streaming for Paramount Ads. I'm focused on bringing our streaming inventory to market in the ad business and driving revenue across Paramount Plus, Pluto TV, and our streaming TV channels from CBS and some of our cable networks. We bring that all to market in a variety of products. A lot of it is majority programmatic these days, and we work a lot with you guys. And we're always excited to lean in and hear more about what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Leo. I've got a stack of questions here, and if it's all right with you, I'd like to dive right in.
Love it.
All right. First question, Leo. Streaming isn't just about content, it's also about data, signals, and technical transmission. How are you simplifying that complexity for marketers?
I couldn't agree more with the premise. I mean, I think we think about every impression is a mix of content metadata, device metadata, and to every buyer, one buyer may find one more important than another. And I think we've really found that we had to give a steady amount and a standard amount of BidStream data out to partners. I think we've put a ton of work into packing the BidStream full of information for partners, both on the device metadata as well as the content metadata, and really getting into the ability to optimize against that as well.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I've got more questions for you, Leo. You are an early leader in opening up premium TV inventory to programmatic through Paramount Plus, of course. How have you grown your programmatic business since? And what are you doing to make it easier for buyers to transact?
Yeah, it's definitely been a rocket ship. I think leaning into programmatic, early days, Pluto TV was certainly a pioneer in programmatic, and I think the scale of Pluto along with Paramount Plus really gave us I think a lot of power to come to market and really say yes and try a lot of things. I think it's continued to grow. I think we've seen the private deals side of the business has been the real driver. A lot of this, when clients are coming to us and buying the way they always have, getting adjacency to our programming, and then also bring data and to be able to target the audiences and manage frequency across those. So I think it's really leaning into the private deals and one-to-one kind of partnerships and letting clients bring all the best stuff and to be able to do it in the content that they love.
Well, we certainly appreciate the leadership position you've taken there. How is partnering with Index help you to continue to innovate and evolve your programmatic offering?
Yeah, so Index has been a really great partner of ours. I think we've been talking for a long time about how to make the video experience better and really ready for prime time to bring programmatic into these things. With video, you have a lot of concurrent viewers watching shows at once. You have a really high stakes chance to serve someone a quality ad break, and we don't want to screw it up with the complexity of this. And I think we've brought a lot of challenges to Index around how do we fix things like multi-bidding and potted bidding and leaning in and testing some of the new developments in RTB and really doing it with an eye towards revenue neutrality. Like, how do we make this thing work better and faster and cleaner, but also still make the same amount of money? And I think we've done a lot of great stuff together with you guys, and excited to do more.
Driving standards, that's been a big part of the story.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. For many smaller brands or performance marketers, TV was always out of reach. Streaming's opened new doors. How have you seen the typical buyer profile evolve, and what's made that possible?
Yeah, I think we've seen one of, maybe if not the biggest, one of the biggest unlocks of programmatic has been expanding the TAM for streaming video beyond just the same 1,000 or so brands that have always bought traditional TV. We now see tens of thousands of brands that are buying us. And that profile really looks, it could be one of the biggest marketers in the world, or it could be someone looking to spend a really focused budget to optimize against an outcome. And I think we need that kind of variety to serve breaks, because these things are bought impression by impression, and you need a lot of volume to fill the log of ads on these services every day.
What's one thing marketers need to understand about streaming to stay ahead as it continues to mature?
Yeah, I think one thing that we're really educating quite a bit is this prime time nature of the viewing, especially the shows on Paramount Plus. We have franchises like Landman and a lot of the Yellowstone spinoffs, like
Big Sheridan fan over here.
I love it. But these shows, unsurprisingly, are watched the way that we've always watched really premium TV. They're watched in the evening, in the living room, and a lot of people are watching in this very condensed time frame. I think one thing we've seen is that a lot of the tech and programmatic was maybe not built to pace, to have enough budget left to deliver in prime time. A lot of the algos are maybe burning out budget earlier in the day. And this sounds basic, but really partnering with your SSPs and partnering with your publisher partners to make sure that you save budget for when everyone's watching the Taylor Sheridan show in primetime.
Yep.
Making sure that we have, because that's really where you want to be. That's when people are leaned in. These are heavily on demand, high concurrent viewer experiences.
Yeah. What's the biggest shift in the industry you see coming in the next 12 months?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of buzz right now around optimized buying for performance. I think that is where this is going. There's a couple different flavors of that. We're doing it today with a lot of great partners who are coming in and expanding beyond just reach and frequency and trying to buy outcomes-based buys on TV. I think it's going to get better, smarter, and faster with things like AI and things like data optimized tools.
Thank you, Leo, for joining us today on Innovators Unscripted, for sharing your deep insights about the ecosystem and your experiences. Extremely valuable, and appreciate your time here today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.